Hi. Hello from me and Penny. I thought we'd do a bit of a vlog this week, and I'm just going to take you along through a few different bits that I'm doing. I did plan, if I'm honest, on starting this vlog first thing this morning, but my camera wasn't charged, so I apologise. You missed nothing very exciting. I did a little yoga practice, I had some breakfast, had a shower, and have replied to a few emails. And that's about the extent of it so far. So now I am getting my stuff together to go to the gym, and it's the first time I'm going to the gym in just over a week, maybe 10 days. I had yet another cold. I think I mentioned in a recent video that I had COVID about a month ago, which was pretty rubbish. I was fully recovered, feeling loads better, and then I picked up a cold last week that was quite rough. There's literally a box of tissues next to me because I'm still a little bit sniffly, but I'm finally feeling like I've got energy back. I had a really good night's sleep last night, and it's time to get back into the gym. So I've got my headphones. I also need to do a big food shop afterwards, so I'm gonna get my shopping bags and then we will head to the gym and to Lidl. That felt good, but also really hard. I did quite a short session because there were just the two big exercises I really wanted to do to kind of get back in the zone of being in the gym after being a bit ill. So we did the pull-ups and we did bench press. Right, next stop is supermarket, which is a really bad idea because I'm quite hungry now. You should never go shopping when you're hungry, should you? This is why I go to the gym, really. This bag is so heavy. One of the most important things we bought, dentist sticks. Penny, can you sit? Good girl. Can you lay down? Can you lie down? Can you lie down? That's okay, yeah, that's good. Good girl. Go on then. Take it. Good girl. One of the big jobs that I want to get done by the end of this week, ideally, but really, this side of Christmas, is to plan out all of the retreat days and workshops and all of the special events that I'm going to be putting on next year. Ideally, I want to get at least like the first 6 months worth of events really fleshed out and planned. I have a day retreat planned for next summer already that I'm really excited about at this beautiful venue. It's called Purusha Retreats. It's near Lincoln, and they have these beautiful sort of eco domes and a lake and just beautiful wildlife all around and woodlands that you can go and explore. I went to an evening event in the summer this year with my mum. We were both blown away by how beautiful it is. So I'm really excited to be taking people there next summer for a full day of yoga. Excuse the washing drying behind me. This is my office and my little yoga space, but it also doubles up as laundry drying. I'm teaching 2 classes tonight, and looking at the numbers, they're fairly busy. So I'm gonna pretty much pack up my stuff and get ready to go. Sean's been away visiting a couple of friends, and he just got back like an hour or so ago, and he's very, very tired. So I'm pretty confident he's going to be asleep on the sofa with Penny if I go downstairs. That's so cute. And now it's Penny's dinner time, so I'm going to have to gently wake her up. I think as soon as I put her food in the bowl, she's going to wake up. here in Stamford now. Welcome to the huge hall that I use for my yoga classes. I don't think I've ever vlogged in here before. I think the times where I've been vlogging previously, I just happened to have not been in here. But most of the classes I teach are in this enormous space. It's just gone 5:15 and we start in half an hour, so I've got some time to get set up. But some people do tend to arrive quite early, so I don't know, someone could arrive like any minute. Important things I always have with me when I'm teaching, obviously water. My phone, I actually have a work phone and a normal phone these days. And then my trusty essential oil spray to make the room smell lovely, and my little speaker. Oh no! Oh God, my water's leaked. Amazing, very handy. Let's hope the speaker's okay. God, that is quite a lot of water. No. For these classes tonight we use yoga bolsters, which I keep here at the hall, so I'm going to get all of those things out now. I also like to put fairy lights around the room and give bricks out and sort of lay out bricks where everyone's going to go. So that is what I need to do now before everyone starts arriving. In towards the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. Send the right hand up towards the ceiling and kind of wrap it around the lower back. Look who's come to see me.
See my new not shoes.
What are these? Are they ballet shoes? Have you worn those all the way here? I'm not on board with these. Time to go home. Well done, Penny. Good stuff. I was up at Woolfox, the health club, this morning for 2 hatha yoga practices. We did some like warrior poses and some big, deep hip stretchy stuff, which felt really good. And then I've just finished the class that I teach for Mindspace. I've mentioned Mindspace before on this channel. Mindspace is Stamford's mental health and wellbeing charity. I've got my little donation box here. I'm about to take it over to Mindspace and empty it and give them all the donations. Mindspace put on loads of really cool events and classes and things for people in the local area. Everything they put on is free, it's donation based, so if you are able to leave a donation, then it's always really welcome. But really it's free stuff going on. They have like boxing, art classes, running clubs, so couch to 5K, Pilates, yoga. If you would like to join, if you're local to Stamford, come along Thursdays, 1 p.m. We've been in a slightly different room today, which has these amazing like infrared heaters, because it is very, very cold outside. I've already got my coat on, but I wanted to just mention a thing. Let me prop you up. that came up in that class, which was about using the bricks. There can be a lot of resistance to using the props, particularly if you've done yoga for a while and you think that you don't necessarily need them. So I've been trying to encourage people to just test out using the bricks in things like child's pose, where you bring a brick under your forehead to slightly lift your forehead up. And I've been, encouraging people to try and use it, even if you don't think that you need it, even if you know you don't need the brick. Just see what it feels like to have your head slightly elevated. I've put my mat away already, but let me just kind of show you what I mean. Particularly if when you come down into child's pose, you find that your hips kind of lift away from the ground. I'm just crawling on the floor now, but I want to show you what I mean. So a lot of times I'll see people coming into child's pose. I always like to teach the version of child's pose with the knees open, because that tends to just suit more of our body types. But you can do the same thing with the knees together. But as people come down into it, quite often I see them ending up bringing the forehead to the ground, and you can see the hips end up lifting up. Whereas what we really want to feel is that big stretch into the lower back. So you'd be much better off in this position with the head lifted. And that's where the brick can come in. So if you bring the brick under the forehead, you can see that it then allows the hips to sink down much deeper. And you then get a much better stretch into like the back and the hips. So anyway, I've been encouraging people to start with the brick under the forehead, see what it feels like, and then if you get really comfy there and you think you want to take it away, you can take it away. I would say this is a good tip if you're a yoga teacher as well, to encourage people to use the props. The first version of a pose that you do, tell everyone to use the brick and see what it feels like, and demonstrate using the brick so that everybody is in the same boat doing the same version, and then give the option to take the brick away if you want to. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance. And of course, it's not just in child's pose. There are loads of postures where the bricks, straps, bolsters, blankets, they can be really, really helpful, and the wall when we're doing balancing poses. I try and remember to sort of explain to people when we're doing balancing poses that using the wall in a balancing pose just to help you steady yourself is just the same as using your yoga mat to stop you from slipping. It's just something that's going to help support your practice. So don't be discouraged if you feel like you need a little bit of support in your balancing poses. It's just going to help you with getting better. Now, I need to do something that I have been meaning to do for ages, which is going around town and advertising, asking people to put up in their shops and bars and wherever my Norfolk winter yoga retreat, Friday the 19th to Sunday the 21st of January in West Lexham in Norfolk. It's going to be a really wonderful weekend of yoga, meditation, hatha flow, vinyasa, yin yoga, yoga nidra. We're also going to have some sort of mini workshops where we learn a little bit about the philosophy side of yoga too. We also have an amazing caterer cooking for us the whole weekend, Celine. On Instagram, she is Nourished by Celine. So if you're a foodie and you enjoy looking at delicious food, then go have a look at her Instagram page, because there's some really, really amazing stuff that she does. And if you would like to join me on the retreat, there are now only 2 rooms still available. I realise I'm leaving it quite last minute to put these posters up around town. The first rooms filled up really, really quickly, so it is just these last 2 rooms that I'm now trying to make sure they get filled up. So I'm going to do a bit of flyering around town, and hopefully that will generate some more interest. Right, okay, coat back on. Close this. Look at this beautiful old hall. This building is, how old is it? 1861. This building was built. It used to be an old school. It is now a church hall. I love teaching yoga in really beautiful yoga studios, but I think there's also something really, really amazing and quite special about practicing and teaching yoga in a more simple venue like this, like a church hall or a village hall, where we're just focusing on the feeling of practicing, of being in community in a simple space. I think it's just a good reminder that yoga doesn't need to be fancy or complicated, and you don't need to be in a really expensive, fancy yoga studio to get the same benefits, because it's an internal practice that we're doing. Anyway, I'm really rambling now because I'm putting off getting on my shoes and going out into the rain. But it must be done. Let's go. Yuck. Even though it's rainy, it is feeling very festive, seeing all of the Christmas decorations. Oh my gosh, look, this little nativity. So many lovely wreaths on people's doors and decorations all around town. Starting to feel, look at that, feeling very festive, even though it's pissing it down. I'm just coming across the meadows through the summer. Over here we have like an outdoor yoga class every Saturday morning, and it's so beautiful, especially when it's bright and sunny. It's kind of hard to imagine it now with how cold and dark it is. But this is Stamford Meadows, and my God, the river is running so fast. Look at this. It has been raining a lot recently, as you can tell, but look how fast it's running. Time to head home. I think I went to about 20 places and only one place said no to putting out flyers, which is really, really lovely and more than I was expecting. I have pretty much run out of flyers, which is great. So I'm gonna head back home, get dry. It's kind of stopped raining now, but it's not very nice. It's getting dark already and it's only about 3:30. What do you think of my Christmas jumper? My grandma knit this. Look at the level of detail on it. It's amazing. Sorry, the noise you can hear is Penny trotting around. Come here, Penny. Hi. Here she is. My grandma is no longer with us, so it feels even more special to carry on wearing these amazing Christmas jumpers and similar things that she made. Now that I'm doing a little bit of knitting, I have a newfound appreciation for how much, look at her, how much energy, time, effort, skill goes into making something like this. I just find it amazing. I thought I would close off this video by sitting in front of the tree and doing a little Q&A, answering a few questions from you guys. So I put the question out on Instagram just to ask me anything, a bit of a festive Q&A. First question, let's have a look. Tell us about your yoga journey up to this point. All through my life I've had issues related to scoliosis. So I've got a slightly curved spine, slightly crooked pelvis, and a lot of it resulted in pain in my shoulder, sort of always feeling like I have a knot in my right shoulder blade. So I used to go to a chiropractor. I did lots of things to try and kind of release the tension and the tightness there. And then I came across yoga and was blown away by how much it helped to stretch out all of the areas where I was feeling quite tight, but particularly around the shoulders. I started off by just doing yoga at home, really. I watched a lot of Yoga with Adriene, her YouTube videos, and self-taught through watching videos. I didn't really even go to a public class for a really long time. I think I practiced at home for several years maybe before I actually went along to any public classes. And then I decided that I wanted to teach yoga. I thought that might be a fun thing to do. So I looked around and found a yoga teacher training course that happened to be starting about a month later. It was in my local area and there was one space left on the course. It was one of those moments where it felt like the stars aligned and it was just meant to be. And it was at quite a transitional point in my life. I'd been living away and I came back to the UK and sort of had this idea that I wanted to start my yoga teacher training, and then this course sort of appeared before me. So I started doing that. And I had the best time on my yoga teacher training. I've talked a little bit about that on this channel before, and I'll link to the video below about my yoga teacher training experience. But I had the best time. I did it over the course of a year. So I was working during the week, and then on every other Sunday, roughly, we had training days where we would delve into all elements of yoga. Lots of practice, lots of study, philosophy of yoga, history of yoga, studying bodies and anatomy, and I just absolutely loved it from day one. And then I started teaching in 2017, I think. Yes, 2017. So it's been a little over 5 years, 5.5 years now that I've been teaching yoga. I started out purely teaching hatha yoga. That was what I was sort of trained in. And then in lockdown, actually, I'd been doing a lot of yin yoga. Do you want to come down? Hi. And I got in touch with the lady who I trained with hatha yoga because she also teaches yin yoga. And she very kindly agreed to do a yin yoga training with me through lockdown via Zoom. So we did it one-to-one, which was amazing. So in 2021, I think, I started teaching yin yoga as well. Then in 2023, this year, I started running a teacher training course. I was asked to deliver the yoga training course at a facility locally that does training courses in all kinds of things like Pilates, sports massage, personal training. So the course was sort of already established and I came in as the instructor. And I've had the best time doing it this year. We have so much fun on the training days. The people I've met, the trainees on the course, have been just so wonderful. And it's been such a pleasure for me as the sort of facilitator of the course to be able to jump back into that environment of learning and studying yoga. So that's what I'm really excited about at the moment in my yoga career, I guess, this training course, and helping people who are really interested in yoga get the tools and the skills and the knowledge to teach yoga well and safely and with respect to the tradition of yoga and the history. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited about it, as I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm talking about it. Okay, next question is, do you like mince pies? Yes, I love mince pies. I've eaten quite a lot of mince pies already this Christmas season, and I plan on eating lots more. Oh, this is an interesting question. What happens on a yoga retreat? Well, the idea of a retreat is sort of, as the name suggests, an opportunity to step away from your day-to-day life and to immerse yourself in the practice of yoga. So not just the physical aspect of yoga, but meditation, breath work, delving a little bit deeper into the spiritual side of the practice. But yoga is a practice of journeying inward, of getting to know ourselves a little bit better. So a yoga retreat is an opportunity to spend some real quality time with yourself, paying attention to what you're feeling, what thoughts are in your mind, what's going on energetically for you, what you're carrying, what stress or tension or trauma there might be held within your body, and having a full day or a full weekend to move and breathe and shift energy can leave you feeling totally different and totally new and refreshed and reborn. So I think a yoga retreat is a magical experience if you have the opportunity to go on one. A day retreat is a wonderful place to start, and then if you've been on a few day retreats and you like the idea of something longer, a weekend or even a full week can be a really amazing and, not to overstate it, quite life-changing experience that you can have. How old is Penny? That's a cute question. She's gone upstairs now. Penny is 7. I've had her since she was just over a year old. She was a rescue dog and I love her so much, as you can probably tell because I share her on my Instagram stories quite a lot. And she usually features in these YouTube videos a fair bit as well. She's such a little weirdo. We have no idea what breed she is. She's definitely a mixture of all kinds of terrier. But we kind of joke that we're not sure she's even a dog. We think she might just be an oversized guinea pig or something, because she's just such a little weirdo. Have you watched any Christmas films yet? Yes. When we put the tree up, we did a back-to-back double feature of Elf and Die Hard. And I enjoyed them both equally, I would say. Last question. What are your plans for 2024? My God, I don't know. I'm excited to start the year with my weekend yoga retreat in Norfolk. I think that's going to be really special. I'm looking forward to spending that amount of time with people because I've run lots of day yoga retreats before, but this is my first time hosting for a whole weekend. It's a 2-night, 3-day retreat. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that sense of community for 3 days with people. So that's something I'm really looking forward to in 2024. I'm hoping to do a bit more travelling. Me and Sean have been talking about going on some more adventures on the bike, maybe with Penny again, which would be really fun. A little fitness goal that may or may not happen is I've been considering, I'm a bit scared to say this out loud because then it feels like I really have to do it, but I've been thinking about training to do a triathlon next year. I've been doing some running. I've got a bit more confident with running recently. We've done a lot of cycling this year, so that part I'm fairly happy with. The thing that scares me the most is the swimming. I'm not particularly strong at swimming. I can swim and I enjoy swimming, but when I swim, it's slow and it's breaststroke. Front crawl is something that I never really learned how to do. So my front crawl is very weak. I would definitely need some coaching and a lot of practice to be able to get to the confidence level of doing a triathlon. I think I need to just sign up to one and commit to it to really give me the kick up the bum to start training properly for it. Eek. Scary. Okay, I think we'll leave the video there for now. So thank you so much for watching. If there is anything that you would like to hear about, anything you'd like me to talk about on this channel, let me know in the comments below. And have a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate. I hope that you get to enjoy it and have some time off and rest and be merry and all the other things. See you again soon. Bye.